Great evening, great evening, great evening. I am Nicole D. Jones. I don't know what just happened. All right, I'm back. Let me see. Let me just take this off of here because forgive me and my hand. Forgive me and my hand. That must mean what I have to say is of importance. So, I'll give a couple moments for some people to come in. I know it's been a few days. I have been traveling, a couple things going on with the family, but all is well, all is well, all is well. So, tonight I just wanted to share real quick something that was on my mind, and it is you cannot live a positive life. What did I title it? You cannot live a positive life with negative thoughts. And what do I mean by that? We have to understand that affirmations, they actually are important. It's good to be able to affirm yourself. It's good to be able to speak life into yourself, speak life into one another. These things are important, okay? Because we also have to understand that life and death is held in our tongue, okay? But what comes out of our mouth, it first starts in our mind. So we have to make sure that our thoughts in our mind are positive. We have to make sure that the things that we think about ourselves, the things that we think about one another, the things that we allow to actually manifest and come out of our mouth is always positive. The battlefield's in the mind. So our thoughts, they're in the mind. When they are not positive, we have to learn how to have enough self-control that we can capture those thoughts before we manifest them by speaking them out. A lot of times you hear people, they want to complain, and they wonder why things are not going well in their life, or they wonder why, things don't happen for them, or they wonder why things may be good for a little while, and then all of a sudden they just go left, they go negative, they go sour, however they want to say it. But if we're honest with ourselves, we need to check how we are. We need to think about the things that we ponder on. What do we give our mind and our thoughts to? What do we give it to? Is it more negative or is it more positive? And then it's almost like if everything that you think is negative, how can you expect to have a positive outcome or a positive life? It is a choice to look at your days as the glass half full versus half empty. There is a silver lining in everything, whatever that quote was that, we used to say. But the reality is that's true. In everything that happens, there is a top and there's a bottom. There's an up and down, good and bad, however you want to look at it. Because everything that happens in our life, it's already predestined, okay? It's a surprise to us because we don't know. But our days are ordered. Our steps have already been predestined. So when things begin to happen, it's a choice to step back, kind of evaluate the situation, and see how you're going to deal with it, okay? It's a choice. And I know some of you are probably saying, well, Nicole, you don't know what I've been through. Nicole, you don't know what I'm going through. You're right. I don't know what you've been through, and I don't know what you're going through. Just like you don't know what I'm going through or what I've been through. But one thing that I can firmly say is when we decide to choose to have positive attitude, positive vibes, everything that we that happens, first examine ourselves. Some things are out of our control. Some things we bring upon ourselves. Everything is a life lesson. Everything is to make us better. It's to make us great. When we choose to stay in a positive mindset, even when things are not going good, it cannot help but to get better. Think about if you wake up one morning and that day or that morning it's just like, it's one of them mornings where you're like, Lord, I just need to go back to sleep. Can I close my eyeballs and start this all over? But the reality is that may be a day that you have to go to work. That may be a day where you can't do it. If you choose at that moment to not get caught up or consumed in whatever may have you frustrated or irritated, because some days, hey, we just kind of wake up like that on the wrong side of the bed, whatever you want to call it. But if you choose to have a positive outlook, if you choose to say, you know what, my day is going to get better. If you choose to do it. I live in Atlanta. I drive into Atlanta. I live in the suburbs, but I drive to Atlanta. So any day that I wake up late, I mean, literally 3 minutes will make a difference of my commute. It could go from a 48-minute commute to an hour and 48, based on them 3 to 5 minutes. So if I wake up and I'm running late, naturally my first response is to be irritated and frustrated because I already know, here come that hot Atlanta traffic. But now, even if that happens, I choose to just be like, you know what? The highways are going to be open. There will be no additional traffic. I will make it to work on time. I know that time will be held for me. And I promise you, on those days that I choose to have a positive outlook, choose not to be, speed demon when I know that literally the traffic's not going to go more than 40 miles an hour. When I choose not to bob and weave through the traffic, but just really I'm going to be to work on time. I'm not going to miss anything. I thank you that when I get there, it's going to be the right time. When I choose to stop trying to control time and I choose to control me, I promise y'all, I don't know how, but I'm usually earlier than if I was if I left on time. But I say all that to say everything's a choice. And then if you think about it, the days that you choose to just rush, those are the days that it's like everybody on the road that morning is just driving like a fool. But it might actually be us. It might be you. It might be you that's driving like a fool because you're the one that's frustrated, or you're the one that chooses to have that situation in a negative thought. So I just wanted to come on because I know it has been a few days since I have drop a little nugget for you just to remind you we cannot have a positive life with negative thoughts. We have to get in a posture, in a lifestyle, in just a consistent way of thinking that when things happen that are out of our control, number one, that we not allow our first thought to be negative. And because I'm human, if it is negative, we got to choose to move out of that space quickly. Because if not, that negativity will dominate your demeanor. It'll dominate your spirit. It'll dominate your energy. It will dominate all those things, and it will shed. It will spread. It will, everything that you begin to come in contact with, it's just like you got this negative domino effect. But that's not how we're set up. That's not how our days are supposed to be. Every day is great. It is up to us to keep it that way. Why do I keep saying that? Because every day we have another opportunity. We have another opportunity with our friends, our family, our loved ones. We have another opportunity to make our wrongs right. We have another opportunity to show love. We have another opportunity to be loved. Okay? Every day is great. It is up to us to keep it that way. So I encourage you, if you are having a bad day, have had a bad day, shake it off. It's 10:40. We got an hour and a half, less than an hour and a half in this day. Let it go. Because I promise you, when you open your eyes tomorrow, it's going to be a new day. And in that new day, we have to make a choice. We have to make the choice. So choose positivity. Choose to stay positive. Choose not to get caught up on what you don't have. Choose not to look at what's not in the bank account. Be thankful that you have a job. Be thankful if you don't have a job that people sow into you. Be thankful that your needs are met, because there is someone somewhere that's not happening for. Okay? We gotta remember, we're in control. Nobody can control our mind but us. Affirm yourself. Affirm yourself. I saw a post today where someone put a post up, and it was a picture of a young lady and how she was dressed. And believe it or not, subconsciously, how we look, it's really how we feel about ourselves. Now, in no judgment, if the girl want to look how she look, that's on her. However, when we can get to a place where we have a positive outlook of ourselves, when we have and hear me very clearly, because I'm not talking about you need to have designer clothes. I'm not talking about none of that. Neatness, cleanliness, all of that, it comes from within. It comes from the reflection that you see of yourself. So whatever you're feeling and thinking about yourself, even subconsciously, we show it on the outside. Okay? So when we can get into a place where we stay in a positive mindset, where we can affirm ourselves, even if we don't believe it, you better say it until you do. Okay? Because everything that we do, it is an outward show. We show outwardly what we feel inwardly. So the young lady had on some house shoes, a little hair bonnet, all of that. I don't know where she was at, standing maybe in the bank line or something. Now, if she's okay with that, you like it, baby girl, I love it. However, I'm sure she'd be the first one to be offended when someone look at her the wrong way, to be offended, or, maybe she'll be in a negative posture or tone because, we just kind of staring. Now, is it right to judge? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because there have been a time or two, now I ain't never been out with a bonnet and some house shoes on, but I don't wear a bonnet. Okay, maybe if I wore a bonnet like that, I would. I don't know. House shoes, not the fuzzy ones that she had. But I ain't going to tell y'all that I don't try to keep my feet comfortable. All right? But one thing that I've had to be honest with myself, there was a season, and the season continues to try to creep up, where my self-reflection wasn't positive. Okay? So there were little things that I noticed that I did because I didn't have a positive outlook of myself. So that's why I say I'm not judging my sister at all. Been there, done that. It doesn't have to be what she had on or what she looked like. At the end of the day, it's the same boat. If you don't have a positive outlook of yourself, negative things will show. Most of the time, we show it through our appearance. We show it through our appearance. Even if we're someone with maybe broken esteem, we still show it through our appearance. We may doll it up. We may have to be the one that, have a full face of makeup on and, bling in and all of that. But is it really because we love ourselves, or is it because we're covering something up? So I say all that to say, definitely positive thoughts. Okay? We can keep it positive so that you'll have a positive life. We are destined to greatness. We're born as royalty. All right? We ain't got to be Meghan. We don't have to be Harry. We are royalty here in the United States. We're royalty everywhere that we walk. We have to understand that here. Royalty, wealth, all those things, they are not based upon money. They're not based upon geographic settings, where you live, demographic, whatever the word is. It's not based on none of that. It's not based on being grammatically correct. I'm still royalty. I'm still royalty. If I stumble on words, I'm smart. I'm beautiful. I'm wonderfully made. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. I will stay in a positive mindset no matter what. Because when life comes and negative things try to hit us, we can't wait until then to try to talk ourselves up. We got to stay positive even when things around us feel negative. We have to be the energy. We have to be the source. We have to be the light so that when darkness comes around us, we can be the ones to bring that energy. We can bring the brightness. We can bring it. So again, I was sitting here. It just kind of laid in my heart and I wanted to share. We have to have a positive mindset. You cannot afford to have it any other way, okay? Because our life will exemplify what it is that we live, that we breed, that we believe. And who doesn't want a positive life? Who doesn't want to be healthy and prosperous? Who wants to be Debbie Downer and just be negative all the time? Then when you get like that, nobody want to be around you. And you don't understand why. That is why. Okay? Because it's just energy. It's vibes that we give off. We're always giving off something. So again, we have to stay at a place where we stay positive, keep positive mindset, keep positive. Even when you think of the symbol of negative, if you have one negative, negative goes this way, positive is up and down. We can always turn negative into something positive. Okay? Always. So again, I encourage you, be intentional that anytime you feel off, anytime something is going to the left instead of going to the right, just stop. We can't control anything but ourselves. So take control of this. Take control of your mind. Take control of your thoughts so that everything that you speak out, it breeds life and not death. And then you will live. Everything around you will live. Everything around you will stay in a healthy place. Everything. Because it starts here. This is the battlefield. I say it all the time. This is the battlefield. When those things happen, you take every thought captive that is not a positive one for you. You take every thought captive that is not a positive one towards your friends, your families, your love, even your enemies. You don't have to spend time thinking negative thoughts, wishing negative things. You don't have to do none of that. If you stay positive, be positive, walk in your positivity, it will shed off. They'll either go away or they'll line up. You don't have to worry about fighting battles and, trying to get through this and that and speaking death on people. You don't have to do none of that. Be the light. Be who you are created to be. Be who you are. Stay positive. Stay humble. Stay focused. You can't do anything but be great when you choose to do that. And when you choose to do that, nothing but greatness will stay around you. Okay? I could jibber jabber all night, but I'm not going to do that because I know y'all don't want to be held up. But again, positivity, it is who we are. Greatness, it is who you are. Loved, it is who you are. Peace, it is who you are. Okay? Walk in it. Stay in that posture and everything will line up the way it's supposed to in your life. Even in the times that you feel that it's it's bad. Even in the times that you feel like, it's not going your way. I just got home yesterday. I had to fly home to Texas. We had another death in the family. That's 3 back to back. But you know what? In it all, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I had 24 hours with my kinfolk. That was okay. It was more than enough. Hate that it was for the reason that it was, but I love my cousins. I was able to see them. I was able to hug them. I got to hug my auntie. I got to see my uncles. Love my uncles. Love them, love them. So that 24 hours is priceless, and it supersedes the celebration. Not because I don't love my Aunt Beverly, because I do love her, but she's where I'm trying to get. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful, even in situations that the world may say is negative or bad. Everything is great in my life. It is up to me to keep it that way. So you all stay encouraged, stay positive, stay humble, and stay focused. Again, I am Nicole D. Jones. I hope that you have a fantabulous evening. Smooches.